Hi everyone, my name is Judith Wanchuku and I'm your host for today. I am here with Oluwafemi Benga Oyedele, popularly known as Blake, brand owner of Shot by Blake, a mobile photographer and videographer. So we're here today to celebrate a very special milestone of about 1 year. So we thank God, it's been a very good journey. So I'm going to be asking Mr. Oluwafemi Benga Oyedele questions on how the journey has been so far. 1 year. It's a very long period. So we're going to know more about Oluwafemi Benga today, and we're going to know how the journey has been so far. So
Mr. Oyedele Benga Oluwafemi. So I'm going to be asking my first question for today. What inspired you to go into mobile photography?
I was inspired actually like 3 years ago. Somebody actually told me about my capturing, taking people's picture and all that. So I felt okay, probably if I venture into it, I will. Although to some extent I stopped till last year, and that person also approached me. Why don't you go into this? Then I said, okay, I will just give it a try. So I tried to like work up people, learn from people, and then I started.
A good answer. So I want to ask you, why did you specifically go into mobile photography? Why didn't you go into actually using a camera?
Okay, this is a very good question. Thank you so much. Actually, going into mobile photography might be delusional to some people, while to some people it is a realistic goal. Why did I say that? I said that because some people felt they can't start their journey in photography or videography without having their tools, gadgets like camera. So in my own inspiration, I tend to like look up to some individuals online that make use of mobile phone to start their journey. So there is no excuse for me to not go into mobile photography, mobile videography first. So I tend to like, okay, since I have my phone, I have my resources, then I can just go with that till I move forward.
I also want to ask, can you remember actually the first picture? Who was that first person you snapped and you're like, wow, I think I can actually do this. I can go for this.
As I've said earlier, I said 3 years ago, I've been taking pictures like who said they like it, and a lot of people advise me that why I'm not a photographer. I will even say go for bid and all that. But then in last year around March last year, I actually took one of my church member picture in church, and the girl was like, I think so beautiful, and are you not a photographer and all that? So I was like, okay, I think this is getting too common. So she was actually my first person to take as a professional mobile photographer.
I really love the fact that you have people around you that inspire you, which is very, very nice, because you kept on saying you're inspired by everybody around you who kept on telling you go into photography, your skills are good and all of that. So I would like to ask you, how has the journey been so far? Because we are celebrating a year, so how has it been throughout from January down to December?
It has been actually cool, although challenging, because something is very prominent in this field, which is the tools, because nobody can deceive you. Tools is good. You have a very good tool, or you have a very good quality of result. So, like, if you want to talk about what has been like challenging issue people face, has not been easy. But then, crafting out creativity using just a mobile phone has been something fun to do. You understand? Talking about satisfying clients, talking about creating magics and all that. I like to say creating magics. You understand? You can't just satisfy everybody at the same time, but then as they feel.
I love the fact that the journey so far has both been challenging and also been fun, because like they say, you have to face challenges to know how or increase your strength. That's one good thing with challenges. And I really love the fact that you're able to overcome these challenges. And thank you for talking about the challenges, because that was what I was going to ask you. So now moving forward, I'm going to ask you, was there any time within this 1 year did you ever feel like, I want to give up, I don't think I can continue, or then you woke up and you're like, oh, let's just
Major challenges for a mobile photographer and videographer. So for it to be a major problem, then it is basically what can make it you want to give up. Because people talking about your work is either to make you motivate you, or is either to discourage you. And so far, a lot of people have criticized, a lot of people have talked about it, why some people have actually been encouraging. You understand? Then one thing one should know in this line of field of work is that you cannot satisfy people at the same time. There is no way you will satisfy someone, either a client, even a model that you worked up to work with might not like your work at some point, but then it doesn't define us. So that's what has been making me to like stand up out of the discouragement.
Actually, I'm very happy that you kept on going, because if you didn't continue, we won't be here celebrating 1 year.
Yeah.
So we thank God for the growth. So I also want to ask, now we are leaving the beginning aspect of everything. I'm going into your work. What do you say makes a very good photo?
Okay. I will still make reference to what I said earlier. I said earlier that gadget tools is important. You understand? To make a very good picture, make a very good video, or good delivery for clients, good delivery for even models, it is very important to have the pictures. But then there's what I believe in. I believe in skills. You understand? When you are skillful enough, you will get what you want to get. I've seen a lot of people that actually work with mobile phone, not even talking about my work. I mean, people that I know of that with their works, mobile phone, they are achieving better. So you just have to be skillful. Like you have to learn, no matter what, either the capturing, either the editing. Both skills work together, the editing and the capturing, you understand? So with that, to make a good picture.
Very good to know. Okay, I would like to ask, as a mobile photographer, what gadgets do you use? What mobile phone do you use?
Talking about the mobile phone I've been using or have used so far, actually I started with iPhone 12 Pro, whereby it was actually okay for me. But then I have said earlier that gadget is very important, this is very important while getting complete results. You understand? So I advanced to using an iPhone 14. So I realized my iPhone 14 cannot make me to zoom out some particular place, especially when I want to do cinematic video for, you understand, an event or the content. So then I advanced to 14 Pro Max, whereby it's actually helped or give me more better.
With all that is being said, I hope those aspiring photographers out there are obviously learning one or two things from Mr. Oluwafemi Gbenga Oyedele, because so far I'm sure you should have picked one or two things from what he said. So moving forward, I would like to ask you, what has been your achievement so far this past 1 year?
Okay, thank you for that question. My achievement so far in the line of work has been much. Talking about, I don't know whether you're talking about financial achievements or okay, let me just generalize it.
Yeah, overall.
So I've actually achieved a lot with the help of God. I've been able to connect to other creatives that are more, I can say that are good than me in this line of work. I've been able to like know a lot of people. I've been able to like bring ideas to life.
Okay, and knowing you so far, I know you work with brands, you work with clients. What would you say your experience has been working with them? Whether sometimes you felt like you shouldn't have worked with social brand or shouldn't have worked for social clients?
Yeah, this particular question you asked should be like a day talk. Like we should make a day to talk about experience with clients. You understand? I said earlier about discouragement, and I said major thing is about client up. But then we're talking about you regret working and all that. We are human, you understand? So normal we feel discouraged. But then there are some clients that when you work with them, like I work with them, you understand? I've been able to learn a lot of things, and even personally in my personality, I found talking about patience, talking about satisfaction. I learned that we can't satisfy a lot of people, you understand? So working with different clients, they have a client that they frustrate your life. Yeah, they will frustrate your life. You give them what they want and they tell you that's not what they asked for. You understand? But then saying that we regret, we can't say that professionally. We can't. But humanly, I can say that I've said that that I regret working with this person and all that. But then to some extent, it made me to upgrade my work. If anybody can go to my page and check, you can see the beginning and how it's going, because it is as a result of criticism. When you as a business owner, if you are running away from criticism, then you are wrong. You are not in line with what you should do. So client criticism or brand criticism has been one of the major things that has helped me. You understand? So I can't say that I actually regret it.
I really love your answers to all of these questions you have been asked. I love the fact that you put God in every of your work, and I love the fact that you take you take criticism and turn them into encouragement or motivators to help you become better at what you do. So moving forward, I'm going to ask, do you have like a special picture that you took and then you're like, yes, this is my favorite, or I like this picture very much?
Yeah, I remember. I think it's early this year. I did it for a model actually. Then actually she showed me the inspiration about the picture. Then I was like, okay, there's nothing hard for God to do for. So maybe being able to recreate it is a very big achievement for me, to the extent that the person that actually created or curated the work on Instagram is someone from France. So I texted him on Instagram that I recreated his work, and he was like amazed that I used a mobile phone to recreate it. So it was a very fantastic experience for me. And I like, because it talks about duality. Yeah, I mean it duality, talking about reflection and reality. Like a lady facing the mirror but having different expression. You understand?
That's very, very nice. I hope I'll be able to take that kind of picture one day, and then probably I'll be one of your favorite pictures.
What has
Talking about patience, photography has taught me a lot about patience in the sense that, clients can be frustrating, you understand? When, especially some people that, we have different tastes. So there are some people whereby they will even bring something for you from online, that this is what they want to create. It's what hard work put together to get that. But that's not the problem. The problem is, after getting it done exactly the way it was being sent, there are some that won't be satisfied. You understand? To some extent, taught me how to be patient, you get my work delivered well. But I also learned that not being able to satisfy people should not strain me from not trying my best to do better. You understand? It's not about not satisfying all of them, but at least get better if you want.
That's very, very good answer. So I would like to ask, what are your future plans, and where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
God's willing, let's say God's willing, the next 5 years, I don't want to take it too far. 5 years is too much for me. Let's say in the next 3 years, I should be seeing myself more better with the digital camera. Let's start with that. Then working alongside with Yesiaga, I have a guy in USA that I actually used to check his work, how the visuals. So I want to make my work to be more better in a way that you make them to see it and welcome to it, you understand? So although a few months back I've been working well with me trying to divert to start camera. I think that's a step for me to see myself in the next place.
I would also like to ask, going forward, what are the advice you give to people who want to go into this field, mobile photography or mobile videography?
Okay, my advice to the people that want to be to, let's say, creative. As I said earlier, we call ourselves creative. So one thing for us is to be creative. Another thing is for you to be ready to be creative. I say that you as an upcoming mobile photographer, you have to actually know how to think. And then you thinking deep is not enough. How can you carry out what you are thinking? You understand? You create an idea or you have an idea in your head where you can achieve it without any flaw, or do the flaw. But then to get it there is very, very important. And also, as an upcoming, learn that you cannot know it all. You know, spend 3 years to learn, spend 5 years to learn, spend 3 months to learn. Doesn't stop you from not learning. Going for master classes, going for advanced classes will help also.
Okay. I would like to ask one question. If you get an opportunity to shoot a picture or a photograph for a celebrity, what do you have in mind?
If I will be privileged, I would really love to take a picture of Burna Boy, John Jazzy. I think those are my favorites. So I really wish I could get access to it. Over there.
Thank you for having this interview with me. I would like to ask, is there something you like to tell us, future plans, or anything you like to let us know?
About future plans, okay, yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, for the future plan, for now, we are rebranding very soon, which is going to be at the end of this month.
Mr. Oluwafemi Gbenga, that was a very, very good one. We are so grateful to God for the rebranding. And I'm sure it's coming with a lot of new things, which is very good. So once again, everyone, my name is Judith Wanchukwu. I'm still the host for today. And here with us is Mr. Oluwafemi Gbenga. Don't forget your #1 Ilori mobile photographer and videographer.